This one mistake is dropping your credit score every single month. Let me say this real quick. A lot of y'all don't have bad credit. You just have bad strategy because the internet got you out here doing stuff that either barely moves your score or straight up drops it. And let's be honest, nobody's breaking it down the right way. So today I'm exposing every popular credit move and I'm going to be labeling it. W means it wins you points. L means you're losing points. And trash, you need to stop wasting your time. So by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what's been holding your credit score back. And I promise you, at least one thing you're doing right now is costing you points. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now let's start with something that people stress about way too much. That's hard inquiries. Every time you apply for something, boom. Yes, I get it. They stay on your credit report for 2 years. But here's the part nobody tells you. They only affect your score for about 6 months. After that, they're basically just sitting there. Now, can you remove them is the big question. Yes, you can, depends. And then another question is, should you delete them if they're fake? Absolutely. But if they're real, you're gonna get maybe 5 to 10 points. That's it. Meanwhile, people are obsessing over inquiries while their utilization is at 80%. That's like worrying about a scratch on your car while the engine's on fire. So this is going to get you trash if you're focusing on this first. Now this right here, this is one of the biggest credit killers I see, and it's very controversial for me and for a lot of different people. Closing credit cards. You pay it off, you feel good, and you're like, let me clean this up, and boom, you close it. Yes, because you're just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And yes, you just hurt your credit score. But here's why. Your credit score looks at how much credit you have versus how much you're using. So if you had a $10,000 limit and a $3,000 balance, you're at 30% utilization. Close a $4,000 credit card, now you're at 50% utilization. Same spending, worse credit score. Do you see the difference there? And on top of that, you just shortened your credit history. So now you hit twice. This is not just bad, this is a major L. The biggest, most important thing is to stop closing credit cards, downgrade them, but do not close them. But here's the big but, I'm really on the fence about this one. If it's just a really crappy credit card, you need to get rid of it. Plain and simple. Take the hit and then work hard to get your score back up. Yes, your score will rebound in 9 to 12 months. I know that's a long time, but you really shouldn't be hunting out there for different types of credit products all the time. You just need to set it and forget it and maintain it. That's it. People are gonna argue about this all over the internet. I can't believe Mike is telling people to close credit cards. Listen, credit cards are not for everybody. If you know you can't handle it, if you know you don't like it, if you know you're not comfortable with it, then why even add it to your life and make life even more difficult? We need to simplify our lives. This is another huge tip. The biggest myth that people have out there is you have to have credit cards to have a good credit score, and that's just simply not true. You could literally just have one credit card if you want, or if you don't want. It doesn't matter. You don't need credit cards to have a good credit score. Let's be clear on that. If you want, you have one credit card and you put like your Netflix or Hulu on it. It could have a low limit on it. Doesn't matter. And that's it. And you're done. You don't have to carry debt. Keep it simple. Now, if you're starting from nothing, no credit, thin file, this is where you build. Secured credit cards, not a big fan of them. Depends on what they are and who they're with. Like the Discover It is one of my favorite. Or with a major credit union that graduates to an unsecured card. Or like a Capital One credit card that graduates to an unsecured card. Or a great credit builder one that is not a secured card, but it is a secured card, is the Cred AI credit card. And then you have credit builder loans, or I like to call them secured loans with credit unions. I prefer that you use secured loans with credit unions or KOVO. Those are my only type of favorite credit builders. Now, what's the point of these? Because they are proving I can handle credit, and every on-time payment, that's stacking in your favor. I've seen people go from a $580 to a $650 in months, just being consistent. Now, is that fast? No. Is it necessary? Yes. So this is a massive W because it's a foundation play. Remember, we want to build the foundation and then keep moving forward with it. Now let's talk about what everybody secretly hopes. I'll just wait and my credit will fix itself. Technically, time does help. It truly does. Late payments hurt less over time, inquiries fade, but here's the problem. You're not in control. And of course, while you're waiting, your missed opportunities, cars, homes, credit approvals, job opportunities, yes, because credit affects your jobs. And so yeah, time works, but if that's the strategy, that's just straight up trash. And I've heard it, I don't know how many times in the comment section, people, I'm just gonna wait. You're gonna wait 7 years? That's a long damn time. Because people say, I don't really need credit. Yeah, you do. If you need to rent a home or an apartment, or your utilities like your gas, your light, all those things run off your credit. So does car insurance. So it plays a massive role in your life that you just can't ignore. Now, moving on to one that confuses people. Opening new credit cards. People think it hurts. Short term, it's a small dip. Long term, it can boost you because you're increasing your available credit. More credit equals lower utilization, meaning lower utilization equals a higher credit score. Now remember, utilization is the balances owed on only your credit cards and solely your credit cards. When you pay down more of your home loan or your car loan, any type of installment loan, it doesn't matter. That does not affect your utilization. Utilization is solely your credit card balances that are reporting, not how much of your credit card that you use. Remember that. It's how much of the balance is reporting to the credit bureaus. So again, we want to simplify it and keep it simple. And on top of that, you're getting rewards if you have the right credit cards, 500, 800, sometimes even more. So if you're strategic, this is a W. Just don't go crazy applying. I tell everyone, it's like you see a shiny new little toy and you're like, oh my God, look at that credit card. I should go get it. I've had that syndrome before. I have way too many credit cards and I'm like, yo, how did we get here? Because we get credit cards to test them and see what the banks actually do, how they actually react, and how they actually treat their customers is the biggest one. And the biggest one I've been actually focusing on even more is their customer service. Who has the worst and the best customer service out there? It's pretty crazy when you talk to these people on the phone. I'm not gonna lie, credit unions really do take the cake, but American Express to me and Discover Bank are the two top tier customer service places that I've ever had to deal with personally, in my personal opinion. Let's clear this up right now. This is a big one. Carrying a balance does not build your credit. You're just paying interest. Let's repeat that again. Carrying a balance does not build your credit, okay? Let's be honest. Remember what I said earlier? You don't have to have a pile of debt to have a good credit score. It's just that simple. If you don't need a car, you don't need a car loan. If you don't need a home, you don't need a home loan, and you don't need credit card debt. No, you don't. You're just paying interest. Now, here's what people get confused. Yes, having a small balance report can help. It's not a game changer though. It's not gonna make or break your credit profile. But if you don't carry it and you let it report, then you pay it off before the due date, there's no interest and there's still a benefit. But carrying it month to month, that's you donating money back to the bank. So this is trash if you're doing it wrong, and a slight W if you understand it, and most people don't, unfortunately. So let's run it back real quick in this, because I think this is very important for everyone to understand. Pay off your credit card 3 to 5 days before your statement closing date hits. And then once your statement closing date hits, let's say for example, it's the 20th, then you stop using your card for up to 3 to 7 days, so it does not report a balance. It's okay to report zero balance, because remember, maybe it's 10 points. It's not something massive. It's not some crazy swing. You shouldn't be trying to scrounge for 10 points. You should just be maintaining and just keeping it simple. That's it. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Kenneth. Kenneth's credit score went up 282 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Arthur's credit score went up 670 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget Destiny. Destiny's credit score went up 264 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now we're gonna be moving into what I call the real power moves, authorized users. This is one of the fastest ways to boost your score, and it's really simple. You get added to somebody else's credit card account, their credit card account, nothing else, okay? There's no magic bullet or special move to be added onto somebody's mortgage or car loan. I've heard of these types of scams before. People are like, yeah, you can add somebody to your car. No, you can't. That's illegal. Don't fall for that. But when you get added onto someone else's credit card account, you're going to inherit their history, their limit, and their payment track record. I've seen 80 to 200 point jumps. Yes, 80 to 200 point jumps. I've seen something as small as 25 points, honestly. Fast. I mean, talking about fast within like literally maybe a couple of weeks if you actually time it properly. But here's the catch. Of course, there is a catch. The credit card account has to be clean. If it's messy, it will hurt you. But when it's done right, this is a big W. Now, what do I mean by that? If the credit card account has a balance and it's more than 4%, or let's be honest, more than 6% utilization, it's taking away some of your points. If it's more than 10% utilization, you're definitely losing points. If it's carrying massive balances, there's no point. If they have late payments on that actual credit card, you're going to get those late payments. So you want to choose wisely when you do this, because if you don't, it can actually be very detrimental and hurt you. Now, you are not liable for any of the charges on the main card, but you are liable for the authorized user card. Yes, you are liable for that. People think they're not, but they are. Last part's the most important. Now let's move on to something that's becoming very popular, which is trade lines. Now, if you don't have someone to add you on as an authorized user, people go buy trade lines. Yes, people buy trade lines. And yes, it does work. But let's be real, it's temporary, it's expensive, it's very expensive as a matter of fact, and most people don't even time it right. So they spend money and don't maximize it, and so this is a W if you use it strategically, but it's absolutely trash if you don't know what you're doing. And also be aware that you are giving somebody your social security number and date of birth and all your personal information. So you want to do it with somebody that you actually trust. Don't just be out there putting your information onto the internet and be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this trade line. Like, I would never do that, and neither should you. Now, this is where the real game changes. Collections, charge-offs, late payments, these are the things dragging your score down. We're talking 50 to 150 point damage. And if you have any collections, charge-offs, or negative items that you need to delete from your credit reports, make sure to watch this video right here, because it's gonna show you how AI will do all the work for you, mail your letters, and it comes with the 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.